You ever wonder why your path had to hurt to make sense? Why rooms that used to embrace you suddenly feel like a test? And why faces that once smiled at you and with you now study you like your evidence? Listen closely. You are not broken. You are chosen. And when God marks a life, He rewrites how that life moves through the world. I'm talking to the one who keeps trying to explain their shifts to people committed to misunderstanding them. The one who grew quieter, not because you lost your voice, but because your voice started carrying a weight casual ears couldn't hold. The one who didn't fall off. You were pulled up, elevated away from noise, hidden for refinement, and protected from hands that would have loved you wrong and labeled it loyalty. Being chosen is not an award, it's an assignment. It's the unlearning of every story where you were taught to shrink, apologize, or barter your soul for a seat at tables that were never built with you in mind. When God chooses you, He does not negotiate with your history, He interrupts it. He detours you from what looks normal so you can walk what is necessary. This is why your path looks different. This is why your yes cost you everything. This is why God kept you from agreements that look like blessings, but were actually traps dressed in timing. Not everyone who invited you in wanted you home. Some wanted you silent. Some wanted your gift without your boundaries. Some wanted your light without your standard. But chosen ones are not for sale. You were never meant to be managed by small expectations. You were meant to be governed by purpose. So, yes, there were doors you could have forced, numbers you could have called, moves you could have made to prove you still belonged. But every time your spirit said, don't chase what I'm removing, you obeyed. That obedience didn't make sense to your mind, it made sense to your future. And that, right there, is the difference between being liked and being led. There's a loneliness that visits the chosen, a silence that stretches the soul until it hears what it could never hear in crowds. Some nights you rock yourself to sleep, wiping tears that no one knew about, and still woke up with a strength you can't trace. That wasn't performance, that was provision. God kept pouring into a cup you thought was cracked beyond repair. He reminded you that broken isn't the opposite of chosen. Broken was the classroom, chosen is the graduation. You learn to stop begging people to see you. You learn to stop renting your value to rooms that only wanted your presence when it made them look powerful. You learn to take your name off of altars built by approval. And when that happened, life accused you of changing. But listen, growth always feels like betrayal to the places your destiny outgrew. Let them talk. Your assignment is not to convince, your assignment is to continue. You didn't just survive what tried to bury you, you matured under it. You found God in the pressure, the betrayal, and the confusion. You discovered that warfare doesn't always come with obvious enemies. Sometimes it arrives as opportunities that ask you to abandon your integrity quietly. Sometimes it shows up as relationships that adore your gift but disrespect your boundaries. Sometimes it wears the face of help while harvesting your peace. The chosen learn to read the room in the spirit. The chosen pay attention when their souls get heavy around certain conversations. The chosen refuse to be shamed into staying where their spirit has already left. So you feel the pull, answer it. If you feel the nudge, move. If you sense the warning, believe it the first time. Your life is too precise to be gambled with casual discernment. God did not bring you this far to let you mislabel caution as fear or wisdom as paranoia. You are not timid, you are trained. Every delay resets your timing. Every door closed rerouted you to protection. Even endings that confused you freed you from agreements your future could not afford. And while we're here, let's talk about rejection. Rejection is not proof you were unworthy. Rejection is proof you were being preserved. Some of you dodged lifetime prisons disguised as partnerships. Some of you were delivered from spiritual debt disguised as opportunity. Some of you were rescued from rooms that would have celebrated your downfall the moment you stopped feeding their narratives. Rejection didn't diminish you, it revealed who never had the capacity to hold you. You carry a presence that unsettles what prefers pretense. Your light doesn't always make people clap. Sometimes it makes them confess, not out loud. Watch how behavior shifts. Watch who grows quiet when your name carries good news. Watch who needs you humble in a way that means hidden. Watch who only loves you when you're losing. Chosen ones learn to stop taking those revelations personally. People are not your assignment. Purpose is. Serve where you are sent, not where you're flattered. There's a place and a pace to being chosen. It's not frantic. It's not desperate. It's not noisy. It is steady. It's watchful and precise. You have nothing to prove because your fruit is proof. You don't need to announce that you're different. Obedience will make the announcement. You don't need to clap back. Consistency will handle the commentary. You don't need to control outcomes. Integrity will outlast sensation every single time. Remember the version of you that tried to fit in? The one who apologized for being intense, being focused, and being called? You tried to dilute yourself to get along with people who were comfortable being lost. You tried to explain revelations to minds married to illusions. You tried to carry grown adults who loved the benefits of your wisdom but resented the accountability that came with it. Then one day, grace lifted. The urge to plead your case died. You didn't become cold, you became clear. God will do that. He'll take the string and sting out of separation and replace it with strategy. He'll remind you that solitude is not abandonment, it's a lab. He'll show you how to guard your peace like it's part of your assignment, because it is. He'll teach you to rest without guilt, to say no without fear, to walk away without turning into stone. There is a whole new life waiting on the other side of your obedience. And life that doesn't negotiate with dysfunction, a life where your standards don't feel like attitude, they feel like oxygen. And this path, this different path, has markers, divine interruptions, timely closures, sudden clarity, sacred friendships that feel like covenant, not convenience, opportunities aligned with your values, not just your talents, boundaries that don't punish, they protect, quiet mornings where God answers questions you didn't know how to ask, nights where you sleep like you finally return to yourself. You will be tested along the way, not to disqualify you, but to deepen you. Tests reveal if your identity is anchored in applause or assignment, in access or authenticity, in speed or stewardship. You will be tempted to go back to what's familiar because familiar feels safe. But remember, safety without purpose is just a slow kind of suffocation. You were not built to play small in rooms that need you loud to function. You were built to tell the truth even if it costs you the room. You were built to carry light into systems that pretend they don't recognize it. You were built to endure. So here is your confirmation. Keep walking. Keep choosing a path that looks like it doesn't make sense to people who didn't hear what God told you. Keep honoring your timing. Keep guarding your spirit. Keep declining the invitations that require you to disrespect yourself. Keep loving clean, speaking clear, and moving quiet. Let your life become the sermon you don't have to preach twice. And when it gets heavy, and it will, remember this: not all weight is punishment, some weight is training. Champions are not crowned in public, they are formed in private, under the pressure of choices that no one claps for. You are being strengthened for rooms that expect you to stand when others surrender. You are being prepared to lead when trends change, to stay steady when crowds scatter, to be trusted when titles shift. You are not behind, you are evolving, you are elevating. The schedule you're on was never theirs to approve. And one day soon, the things that didn't make sense will make testimony. The closed doors will look like mercy. The unanswered messages will look like redirection. The loss will look like liberation. And the you that emerges won't be bitter, won't be blaming, won't be bound. You'll be clear, you'll be clear-eyed and soft-hearted, honest and focused, humble and unshakable. That's what the wilderness produces when you don't run from it. It builds a voice that can't be purchased and a peace that can't be performed. So breathe. Put your hand on your heart and remind yourself, I'm not lost. I'm being led. I'm not delayed. I'm being developed. I'm not rejected. I'm being redirected. And I'm not isolated. I'm insulated. And I'm definitely not confused because I'm being clarified. Make every step you take from this day forward honor the difference on your life. May your discernment speak louder than doubt. May your boundaries protect what your prayers requested. May your circle shrink to the size of covenant. May your yes be clean and your no be whole. May you become unbothered by rooms that can't afford your truth. And may you never again explain God's protection to people who confuse access with love. If you need a sign, this was it. Your path looks different because your life is designed to do what average cannot. Walk it with your head high and your spirit anchored. The right people will find you at the speed of obedience. The right doors will open at the pace of integrity. And when it's time, your name will be called in rooms that your humility kept you from begging to enter. You are chosen, so move like it. Stay covered, stay conscious, stay undefeated. See you on the next one.